Hey, welcome. Lately, I have noticed a pattern of a lot of people in my surroundings that are not in alignment with their current jobs. Some are just doing it to get by, some are just doing it to be safe, to have financial safety, but they feel inside that something is draining them, really draining them. Now, I asked the Akashic Records why? Why are so many people feeling right now that they want to leave their 9 to 5 job? It feels almost like it's stronger than ever. And they gave me an amazing message for all the people who are feeling it, who are feeling that they want to leave their 9 to 5 jobs. Now, I'm going to share with you this message in this video. Before I want to go there, I want to share my own personal story because it's been very recent that I stopped my 9 to 5 job as a programmer and I started to move slowly but surely into what I'm doing now. This passion of mine, this great journey into the Akashic Records that I want to invite people in. I want to facilitate transformation. I want to facilitate this, I love to see transformation, and I really feel that a lot of people, to move in their alignment, they start shining. They start having so much more energy, so much more creativity. And partly that's because I just went through it with the help of the Akashic Records. So if you're watching this and you have yourself, your husband, your girlfriend, someone in your surroundings, a loved one, a friend that is not in alignment with their job, this is going to be a great video because it's possible for you to live into this place of absolute alignment, of this place where you get all your life force back, and it's moving into an act of service that is aligned with you, that you truly would love to do, where you naturally moved towards to all of your life. So let me go back to me. I had a job, I was a software tester, and in the Netherlands, working for the government. And it was, I had an amazing team. The team was fun. The work was okay. It was what my profession, I studied as a software developer. It was kind of what was expected of me. But I definitely went into this job to get some financial safety. I was not fully trusting that me living my passion would actually generate something. So I took that job out of safety, and after a couple months, almost a year in, I started to feel so drained. I started to feel so draining, like the topic that we were working towards was definitely not my topic. Also, I really got very interested in new technologies, but they wanted to keep old technologies in place and they were not fully embracing new developments in technology. And I started to get some resistance also from the employer that I was working with, like things were not aligning, and I started to feel drainage in my soul. I really like that I was waking up, I was like, oh my God, another 8 hours that I need to spend, another 36 hours this week that I need to spend on something that is not in alignment, right? These questions came up of like, what if I could spend these 36 hours to a topic that I absolutely love, right? I started to get distracted. After every working day, I started to feel my energy was very low, so I was not able to do more or collect more or, like create a video like this. I just didn't have the energy for it. I didn't have the creativity for it either. And it was all computer based. And if I was very honest with myself, I wanted to spend time into nature or at the beach or somewhere else. I just felt not in alignment, and my soul was draining more, draining more, draining more, draining more. Now, one of my first Akashic Record students invited me to go to Costa Rica. She was doing a retreat called the Reset Retreat, and she invited me to speak there because the Akashic Records for her was such an inspiration and such a big part of her unfolding as a spiritual being. And I was honored that she wanted me to speak there. And I knew that the month before that retreat, which was September 2023, the drainage of the soul drainage of my old job, my 9 to 5 job was like all time high. I was really like, I need to get out of here. It was so beautiful weather outside, and I was just every day working behind my computer. At one point, the thought came, what if I stop? What if I stop, go to Costa Rica, and after that, my life is completely open? And that thought was for a week constantly in the back of my head. What if I stop? What if I just stop this job? What if I just cancel? What if I just stop the contract? Like I couldn't get it out of my head. And then it was so strong that I stopped. But I stopped a little bit too radically. I had no, I didn't save up much. I think I saved up maybe 3 to 5,000 euros, which kind of could me, it was a little buffer of a couple months, but it is not very much, a couple months. But I just felt so strongly that I needed to stop that I stopped. And I went to Costa Rica. I had an amazing journey. Some of the testimonials that I have on my website are from that experience. It was absolutely incredible. Also, what happened there is it was a group of 12 people that were all initiated into the records. But after that, we still were living together in that retreat space. So every day I could practice with them. Every morning after breakfast, we did an Akashic record session. And the guidance that came through them was like mind blowing. I was like, wow, this is incredible, this is incredible. Which gives me so much more trust in my role as a teacher, because I know the Akashic record said, hey, you need to become a teacher. But I had a lot of denial feelings, like, no, I still feel a student, I still feel young, I feel like a playful puppy that wants to learn. But they said, no, you're a teacher. And when I saw that and I saw the effect that it had on my students, I was like, whoa. And that gave me a lot of trust. So I thought, oh my God, this is what I'm gonna do. After I come back from Costa Rica, I'm gonna set this up and it's gonna be all smooth and all amazing, and immediately clients will come and yada da da da. I had so much good hopes, but that is not what happened. When I came back, I had such a difficult time. In October and November and December last year, which is just a couple months ago, I had such an emotional purge, like panic. What are you doing? You stopped your job. You were the main income of your family. What are you doing? You need to care for them. This is so irresponsible. All these thoughts, all these emotions of panic, helplessness, worthlessness, making the wrong decision. There was so much. But I had the Akashic records and they constantly said, keep in it, go through it. You are on the path. And I was like, oh man, let me just apply for some tech jobs here in the area. I'm sure I wanted to grab to this old reality where I knew money would come from. I wanted to grab, and they were said like, no, it's not gonna work. And I even applied to some jobs, even some jobs where I really was the perfect fit for. And they said nope, 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 nope. Or there was this like a no, like the universe was also saying like this is not your way, like it was like after a couple of no's, I was like, okay, Akashic, I'm just gonna surrender. I'm just gonna trust your guidance. And it's been since January this year that I started to really move past these emotions. And I'm gonna do a separate video on these emotions that came up, because I feel that on hindsight, it was for me the perfect way. I still had enough money to minimally sustain myself. And it was the perfect way for the universe, the perfect situation for me to get all of these emotions out of my system. Now I will do a more in-depth video on that. I call it the personal financial reset, because what in a way was happening, it was purging all of the emotions that were not in alignment with my highest truth. And my highest truth was that I'm completely supported by the universe. My highest truth was that there is a bigger intelligence here orchestrating an amazing life for me and for everyone. But there were a lot of emotions, patterns, thoughts that were not in alignment with that. So I will go more in depth. What I want to focus on now is what happened after that. So I started this Akashic Record School based on the guidance. I started to do, like, I was already doing group lessons and in-person lessons for a couple of years, but I started to get the guidance to make a course and to start focusing more on how to manifest with the Akashic Records, how to create a life of alignment with the Akashic Records. I started to feel more cutting edge information coming through, and that meant that my previous lesson of initiating people needed to be automated and needed to be online. So the Akashic Records started to tell to me how to do this online. And step by step, it became clear that I needed to do these energy updates to be of service to humanity. I needed to create videos to be of service to humanity. And I was so shy. But they kept empowering me through this. And with they, I mean the beings that are helping me from the Akashic Records. They kept pushing, empowering, you can do this is the path, you can do this. And so I kept on going. And also another energy healer friend of ours really needed my video editing and design skills. So I could help her out with a small, like, part-time fee, and I could build this out. So in a way, the financials were still covered. Minimally though, I was just able to pay for food and rent, but the financials were still covered. And now, really, when I'm making this video, I'm receiving so much love from all of you here on YouTube. I see that the message from the Akashic Records is creating massive impact. It creates beautiful, like, the readings that I do are life-changing. The journeys that I go through are life-changing. The videos that I make are having a positive impact on the readers. And I know, I feel so much in service and in alignment to this. And I'm making enough money to pay the bills. And all of the activities that I'm doing are in alignment with what I'm here to do, which is an incredible feeling, which is like, yes, yes, yes. Like, oh, oof, I cannot describe the feeling. And for me, like, a couple of days ago, it was the first time where I really saw that this business was making more money than my old programming job. Just for one day. It's not fully stable as the programming job, but for one day I made more money than I ever was making as a programmer. And I was like, this is amazing. And it took me a couple months of really digging into the emotions, really facing with all the fears and panics that were not moving through it. But on the back end of that is so much love and so much gratefulness and so much a feeling of being in service. And I was not able to even comprehend that. So, like, this YouTube channel started growing since a couple of days. And I feel so much love from you coming from the comments. And I just know that I was not able to do the same act of service while still having this 9-to-5 job, while still having this emotion of mistrust in me. I wouldn't be able to go full into this, to step with both legs into this reality of, I'm going to full on passion mode and I will be supported. And it was scary, and I will not recommend this journey to everyone. But it is my way and my journey over the last, 9 months or so. And it's been incredible. And especially now, the back end of it. Now I went through all of this. Oof, I feel amazing. But I started to feel the possibility of it already a couple months earlier. When I processed all of the emotions on the other side of that, I already started to feel like, wow, I think it's actually possible to go through this. Even though I don't have the physical reality replying this back to me, I still am very low on money, very low on income. I really have to trust that everything is going to be all right. But I started to feel my creativity came back. The emotions were not so heavy. I was like, even if I'm broke, it's okay. So, I was in acceptance, and from the acceptance, the creativity came back. From the creativity, all of these videos and my website and everything that I created came out of that. So the opportunities came, the people that wanted to work with me came, everything started to come after these emotional things have been passed. So I wanted to share that with you to show that what is possible. And now I would love to also share what the Akashic records said as guidance when I asked them this question. There are so many people wanting to stop their 9 to 5 job and pursue something deeper and more meaningful. What is your advice to them? What is going on the planet? And what is the best mindset and energy to have when someone feels this? And this is the guidance that came straight through me. And this is how my Akashic record practice actually looks like. I ask a question and a whole lot of information comes through. So there we go. This is what they said. Yes, dear one. This is an absolutely vital question you ask here, because the rate at which people are feeling their misalignment on your planet has been increasing. The misalignment for some was always there, but now it is getting really uncomfortable and they are seeking a safe way out. A way to securely switch and shift to something new. Now, we cannot go into detail for each person, of course, but there is something that we can say to all. Something that is universal to all who do not feel that they are currently at their place. This will be our advice. You are right. This place you are currently at and the function you are currently fulfilling is not in alignment anymore. And for some it never was. Your feelings of emptiness, of boredom, and of low energy are signifying it is time for a change. And deep down that change has been brewing inside you. You are longing for a place of service where you feel happy, where people give you a genuine smile to you when you help them. You are longing for a place where every day of work feels like way more like a playground where your energy gets nourished. It's time to find out where that place is. There can be a crossroads here. To the left is staying where you have always been because it's safe and your current life is arranged okay. You will keep draining your energy for a couple years, but it's okay. It's safe. And on the right, there is a sign that just says unknown. And that unknown road seems scary because you have no clue if it is a safe path or not. In reality, there is no such crossroads. This is just an extremification of the mind. The mind wants you to stay in the known, so it paints a very black and white scenario. But in reality, this is not how it really is and not what is really standing in front of you. In reality, there is only an invitation, an open question. Can you take one step today closer to that place of ideal service? And what would that step be? Maybe it is looking around for others that have walked this path. Maybe it is to ask your boss if you can work a couple hours less, so you can dedicate these hours for something new. Or maybe it is really diving into this unknown, knowing that you will be supported by life and the divine. Just take one small step in the new direction and see what happens. Then take another tomorrow. It doesn't have to be hard or extreme. Just take one step and gently and gracefully keep on walking towards that new possibility. The alternative is keep sitting here in this energy, draining function. And that is really not healthy for your life. Know that by slowly walking more towards this path, more and more life force will be coming your way. The soul will wake up and give you greater and greater energy, higher and higher emotion, bolder creativity, and truthful expression. This will all happen when you take continuous small steps. These are all aspects that the mind is not showing you, but we assure you that you will be filled with light and will be embraced in love. We are always here to assist you. If there is just one step you can start with, if you have no clue how to start, ask for help. Ask for help into the room or in your mind. Say or think, any divine being that can hear me, can you please help me finding alignment in my job. You will be heard and an answer will be given. Great journey, dear soul. We got you and you got this. Now, like I said, this is straight from the Akashic Records. It even has some typos and everything in it because I'm channeling it and it can go very quickly. But isn't this message beautiful and empowering? And you know, like every time I channel them, they come with a higher perspective that's most of the time filled with love and energy. So I wanted to share this with you to give you some empowerment, to go take a small step in this direction. And if you really feel called to take this to the next level, I feel guided because it's so present in my life, this topic, to go with a small intimate group. At the moment, I'm thinking about maximum 20 people. And to go through weekly alignment calls with the Akashic Records for the next couple of months. Now, this is going to be a very transformative journey because I just went through it and I really feel I want to guide people in a small community space where they can feel safe towards this journey. So I'm guided to start this the 8th of May, the new moon of May. And this new moon is going to be the start of this group journey. So if you feel interested, I made a little promo name. I'm still laughing at it. It's a beautiful name though. It is from 9 to 5 to fully thrive. If you feel called to join this group, I will be very happy to. At the moment, you can go to my website and there will be a small form. And if you just put in one of these fields, one of these input fields, 9 to 5, I will message you with all the information that you need to know. And like I said, it's going to be a limited group of 20 people. So I hope to see you there. I hope to guide you through it. Like I said, the Akashic Records, without them, I don't know if I would be doing, of course, I would not be having this YouTube channel specifically, but also without them, I would probably have been crawled back towards old possibilities instead of fully stepping into this unknown. And I'm beyond grateful because now I'm on the other side and it's amazing. It's so good. It's so, so good. And I wish for everyone to have a little bit more of a graceful journey than my personal journey because it was quite hard, quite intense, quite rocky. And I believe it doesn't have to be that intense. It can really be taken step by step in a way more graceful way. So if you feel ready, if you feel called to, in a couple months from now, be in a function or a job or having your own business that is fully in alignment with yourself, then this group might be the perfect group for you. So thank you so much for watching this all the way to the end. I'm super grateful for your support. I'm super grateful that this YouTube is growing so fast and it's beyond the 1,000 subscribers now as I'm recording this video, and I'm like blown away. Like, wow, literally 2 weeks ago I had around 60 subscribers and now there's more than 1,000. So thank you so much. You know, your comments, your shares, it means so much. I'm trying to read them all and answer them all. It's just like, it opens my heart to a whole new level. And I know that, you know, I would have never experienced this if I didn't stop my misaligned job and moved into this unknown. So I'm grateful. I'm flying in love right now, and I wish the same for you. Much love.